gender roles are really entrained on society. Yes, so for example, it is quite often that women will not be invited to go to the field as often, or once you make it to the field, you are happily carrying something, and they tell you, "Oh no, that's too heavy," and they take it away from you. So in 2016, we did a survey, an international survey with 340 respondents, and many of the answers focused on fieldwork issues. There were women saying that they were not allowed to go to the field because of their gender, or that they were put into roles that really weren't key for the field trip.
And what's been your personal experience of this, Anna?
Well, I am old enough now, but I don't care much. But what we do is coastal work. And so that normally quite often we are wearing swimmers, you use a rash vest and so on. And it's really, you feel self-conscious, yeah? So now I don't feel it that much anymore. But when I was younger, it was really problematic. Also, you are doing things that is not just walking around. It's just like heavy lifting, moving things. And for example, if you are menstruating, it's really very, very it's not comfortable. I also have endometriosis, and 1 in 7 women have endometriosis, and so that adds complications.
And when we're talking about field work, these are female scientists getting out into the environment of their study for sometimes prolonged periods of time.
Yes, and we're out there all day, and then you go to a conference, and sometimes someone makes a joke about how we have beach modeling, and they put a photo of one of the research assistants in a bikini, for example, and that's not nice.
So what difference does it make to a female scientist's research and her career, I guess, if they don't carry out field work?
It is so important. It is crucial for our careers. Like it's being there, it's getting the data, it's understanding the processes, but it's also it's being one in the team. Yeah. So the bonding and the conversations and the discussions that you have in the field, you do not get that kind of proximity to other researchers anywhere else in our field. Yeah. You do go to conferences and you speak, but the field is essential. You are there relaxed and you're talking about what you're seeing and what it may mean. Yeah.
So how can female scientists then push back against the situation and ensure that they have equal access to fieldwork opportunities?
Well, I guess the most important is always calling it out. Yeah. So if you see something, if you see that someone is not being invited, just make sure that they are. If someone is going to remove something heavy from you, you say, no, I'm fine. When I take groups of students to the field, I always ask, okay, who wants to come and go into the waves to deploy the instruments? And it's always like young men putting themselves forward. And I intentionally wait until there are a few women, and then there is a mix. Yes. So improving opportunities, establishing field codes of conduct is important as well. We are going to share all of the photos from the trip, but we are not going to share any that embarrasses anyone. Yeah. Acknowledging the challenges that are important, like, okay, if you need a wetsuit, we can try to help you find one, and so on. And also there are cultural issues, and also foster an enjoyable and supportive fieldwork culture. I think this is important, and that's something that is not difficult, but it will take time.